DCI Mills here, reporting for duty, and after we finally cracked Turbo Tony's case yesterday, the pressure is on. On Monday, we heard this really annoying earworm from Mark in the Cotswolds. I say this every week, but I think the music police have come up trumps again. Loads of our detectives knew what it was. I've got some names here: Charlotte in Llannon, Alana and daughter Erin, Dan, Gabriella, David, Kate, and thousands of other people all thought it was this. Now, I have this down as Jupiter from Holst, but there's some confusion around the name. So I've drafted in some help with the forensics on this one. Constable James Partridge is here to shed some light for us. Hello, James.
Hi, how are you doing?
Really good, thank you. I know you're a music teacher and you've taken a good look at Mark's case for us.
I have, yeah. It's a great tune. As soon as I heard it, something clicked in my brain, and I think I've got it.
All right, so tell us about this song. It's got a few different versions.
It does, yeah. So this tune was part of a classical piece by this composer, Gustav Holst, British guy. He taught in West London. He taught at a girls' school, and he was writing a piece for the girls' school to play, and he thought that he could write a piece about all the planets in the solar system. And one of the movements of this piece was called Jupiter, and this is like the middle bit. This is kind of the epic moment of that of the piece. And then after he put this piece out, it got really popular, and then someone said, "Oh, why don't you set some words to it?" And so someone had written this poem, and he put the words to the tune, and it became "I Vow to Thee, My Country."
Yes,
which is a yes. So it became like a hymn, and then the evolution of this tune. We had the next logical progression from a classical piece to a hymn, and then it became a rugby song.
So yeah, many people were saying they recognise it as the theme for the Rugby World Cup.
That's right, yeah. So I think it kind of got adapted and became like the World in Union song, which is like the unofficial Rugby World Cup anthem, I think.
I've got a little bit of it here.
There's a tree I feel so red, so real.
James, I know that it just so happens that you have a piano near you.
It does. I'm actually in school at the moment. I'm bunking off now
you're
for my
a teacher,
teaching.
right?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. So in your own time, let's have a little blast of that, please. You sure you've got time for this? Oh, okay.
I do. Okay. There's a queue of pupils outside waiting.
Don't say that. Okay.
Do you want some of the words as well?
Go on.
Okay. I vow to thee, my country, all earthly things above, entire and whole and perfect, the service of my love. Then it goes down low.
Wow.
It's a great tune.
There we go, Mark. Case closed. Mr. Partridge, as I'm now going to call you, will you wait there a minute, because I've got something else to ask you. It's Radio 2. We've just cracked yet another case on the music police, but we drafted in James, our expert, who is a teacher, to help clear up this week's mystery. And he's still on the phone. James, I wonder if you've got time to shed some light on something else for me.
Sure.
Earlier in this week, we discovered that loads of TV themes have extra bits that you've never heard before on TV, because they have to make the TV version shorter. So Scylla, surprise, surprise, the theme from Neighbours, Home and Away, and even Going for Gold, the quiz show, they all have longer versions and bits that you've never heard on the telly. Because the TV version is probably 30 seconds, but sometimes they're 3 minutes long, so you don't get to hear all of it. Anyway, what's this you've got to tell me about a song for Toys R Us, or a song about Toys R Us?
Yeah, so I grew up in the 90s, and we had some excellent adverts. We had some excellent theme tunes, and one of my favorite ones was the Toys R Us theme tune. There's something magical about it.
Agree.
And normally we heard the beginning bit and the last bit, but there was a bit in the middle, and I think this is a masterpiece of TV advertising. Can I play you a bit of the song?
Now you're here, Mr. Partridge, and you've got a piano. As long as you don't have a lesson or anything, I'm keen to hear it.
No, I'm good to go. So it starts off with this amazing chord. It goes, there's a magical place, we're on our way there, with toys in the millions, all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us. Yes.
Yeah.
And then as we get to the name of the store, we've got a key change. Soon after bedtime, when dark nighttime falls, Jeffrey and helpers stack up all the shelves, from ceiling to floor, books, board games and bikes, teddies, puppets and dolls, beds, spaceships and trikes. There's millions, says Jeffrey, all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us, Toys R Us, Toys R Us. There we go. And it kind of finishes on that big moment. But what I love about this tune is that I had no idea that the giraffe was called Jeffrey.
So that's why there's a lot of Jeffreys all under one roof.
Yeah, exactly. The last line is, there's millions, comma, says Jeffrey.
Right.
I don't know why, but I thought, as a kid, it was, there's millions of debris. I don't know why.
I thought it was...
There's millions of debris all over the roof.
I thought it was, there's millions of Jeffreys, but then I didn't know what Jeffrey was.
Apparently the words are, there's millions, comma, says Jeffrey, all under one roof.
Mind blown.
It's genius. It's genius.
Now, I saw your Instagram earlier, and I know you're on tour at the moment, but how did all this start?
I basically had a chat with a few mates down the pub about some of the songs we sang at school. And I thought, let's do a top 10 of our favourite songs we sang at school. So I put together this list, put it on TikTok, and it kind of went a bit mad, and people were sharing it across different platforms. Yeah,
see, this is where people will know you from the assemblies, right? The songs.
Yeah, exactly. And actually that kind of links in with the tune that we heard, that I Vow to Thee, because we kind of, when we have these big sports matches, we weirdly have a lot of like hymns and folk songs sung in the stadiums, and it's all down to the school assembly, because that's the last time that we all probably sang as a community together.
James, thank you so much. So if I search James Partridge online, I'll find you.
Yeah. So my thing on Instagram is James B Partridge, and it's Assembly Bangers, and I sing through all the tunes. Mr.
Partridge, would you mind playing us out of the feature? Thanks for all your help on the music, please.
Absolutely. Okay, here we go.
Actually feel like I'm at school.
Yeah, I've got the proper school piano here as well.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you, Mr. Partridge. Beck says, is that the guy who does primary school bangers on TikTok? He needs getting back on the show to do some of those. It is Beck's, the very same. Hi, Scott, Corridon here. James was quite right about Gustav Holst teaching a girls' school in London. He was my grandmother's music teacher.